like I say, at some point in time, I purchased the United Kingdom. Probably as Lucifer Star, basically. LS, pretty much. I'm not exactly sure how I purchased it. It might have been under America or something like that. Like I said, but basically I purchased the United Kingdom. I own it. Me, Brian. Like I said, my home name is Brian Briley. But I actually am Lucifer Star, as they say. And I am basically, like I said, for a while there I kind of forgot, or people were trying to make me forget or keep me from remembering exactly who I am. It's like, well, actually, this is who I am. Technically, I kind of own Singapore or something like that, but it's like, yeah, whatever. You know, you own one country, you own them all. Or you own one country. Like I said, I own 400 planets. Or basically, I built 800 galaxies, pretty much, or 80 galaxies. A lot of matter, basically. Pretty much, I started the stars or suns, and then blah, blah, blah. And then, like I say, also Japan might have some knowledge of this too, but they were doing some stuff too with the stars. And like I said, there's also the German Empire. Anyway, there's quite a few empires that are out there in space as well. Anyway, it's not just, the human race, they're on 400 other planets or more. And more every day, as they say. As they say, and more every day. So, like I said, humanity was advanced, is advanced. It does have advanced colonies out there in the universe. And that's another thing that the White House or John McCain or Jimmy Carter was banking on or hoping for, was basically that they were trying and get in contact with the other planets or the other human colonies and basically get help from them or blah, 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 blah. I think they were trying to call me basically this horrible drug dealer or drug lord or whatever else. And it's like, well, actually, I'm Lucifer Star. Like I said, Richard Nixon and John McCain and all of them were trying to do this like circle back thing where they told people, oh, this is horrible, do something about it. Man, it's like, I'm actually Lucifer Star, so good luck with that. Like, I'm Lucifer Star. Star Mines, White Star Company. Technically, I believe building wooden ships in Holland of Troy or something like that. I hired her. She's the most beautiful woman. I'm the one behind all the photographs of the most beautiful women on the earth or in the human race, or America, or countries. There's some very good, beautiful women, by the way. Technically, I own Mitsubishi. As you know, like I said, if you go back into Japan, a long ways, there's Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4. And then they eventually became like Mitsubishi. We changed them from numbers to names. So, I used to know how the Japanese language actually was written or actually read or something. I don't know. When we talked to Japan, or China, the Asians, they had this certain way. Great group, by the way, like I say. Alright. I'm the one that paid for Belfast. And technically, I believe when the water table was lower, Belfast used to be this big rock quarry or something like that. City of Hire, I don't know. Something like that. And we were doing all kinds of stuff, like with when people would go poo and go out to the water, and the fish would eat the poo and stuff, and the fish would get bigger or something. Every weird project with that. People noticed that where the sewage outlets were was where the fish came around or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. Helping with the fishing fleet or something. I don't know. Anyway, there's all these little weird projects and cool things. My scientists were always messing around doing stuff. So you see, it's not really communism. It was just Lucifer Star Group. I was just that big. Like I say, all the stars on the shirts, those weren't Jewish people. Those were Star employees. White Star Line. Yellow Star, White Star, Red Star, Blue Star, Black Star. Later on, I invented flight, an aircraft, and was having built. Like I say, also there's there are companies like Robin, the Robin aircraft, or Robin. It's the small people. They made a factory or something. They made little Robin aircraft or something like that. I'm not going to town. I don't know. Ron Williams, I'm sure, wasn't a liar. Yeah, I know. I might have mistakenly convinced people that he was. I don't know. Anyway, though, he was a good person, I guess. Anyway, like I said, I always say investigate, look into things, look at the pictures, look at everything, perceive the situation, look beyond the words. Yeah, I was the one behind all that, too. Like, a lot of people are trying to lie or fool people. Oh. Anyway, there's a lot of bad stuff going on. Apparently, a lot of it was coming from the black people. Like I said, it wasn't really the black people's fault. It was Papa or this one other old black person that spent his life running around going, you can't trust the white man, you can't trust the white banks, you can't trust blah blah. A white god or something like that. He was crazy. And then later on, to other people, he's like, a plague upon this world. Anyway, he promised to take down. He was saying he was going to destroy my Belfast yard. That he was going to lead, and he led people to the Belfast yard, and they started like ripping everything apart, like breaking the lights and like smashing everything and tearing down the houses and like he was having his black people like destroy Belfast as much as they possibly could. Like I said, but like my Irish people were there, so it was just rampant property damage and stuff like that. Anyway, I think they got them all locked up. I'm not exactly sure. But basically, Papa or some black person led his people to Belfast to basically tear the place apart. Anyway, or something like that. And then later on, I believe he was carpet bombing cities or something like that. He was a very bad person. Anyway, they were just trying to steal as much as they possibly could, or, you know. Anyway, whatever. Like I said, ask the Irish about what the black people did in Belfast. A lot of people, anyway though, and blah blah blah. The Irish people, like, they're destroying the place, but no one believes us or something like that, and they were. Like I said, and Papa came to me eventually at some point in time, was like, a plague upon this world. We're gonna tear you down. We're gonna take you down. You know, it's like, boy, is he crazy. Anyway, I didn't actually see him or meet him myself. Yeah, I just heard his voice at some point in time, or someone, maybe he left a message, I guess, and they just referred the message to me, basically. And I was like, well, that's not good. Find him, lock him up. Anyway, there's a lot of people that thought, there were a lot of instigators, people that were like, you know, they would tell their people to go do things, and they would be like, oh, we had nothing to do with it, and then they would go and tell some other people to go do the same thing or something like that, and they'd be like, oh, I had nothing to do with it. It's like, you're the one that's telling these people to go rip apart these cities and destroy these cities. You're the one that's causing this problem, so you get locked up with them. You know, if you instigate a riot or instigate destruction or pay to have, you know, to propagate chaos or destruction, then you're part of the problem. You're a problem too. And therefore you should get locked up as well, along with your people. So you told these people to go do that, and then they did, so you're just as liable. Guilty by association. Anyway, that's another one of many things. Well, I mean, they were getting away with it. And the Irish people were like, well, they're getting away with it. So like I said, the laws had to be adjusted. So it's like, hey, if you're going to act like pigs, if you're going to, you know, if, you know, this, theoretically, I shouldn't even have to make rules for this shit. Theoretically, you as a functioning, able adult of sufficient age, and like I say, having only a 6-year or 3-year education is not an excuse. You mature, you're an adult now. So when you're 80 years old or 50 years old and you're pulling this shit like you're a 3-year-old child, you know, should we treat you like a 3-year-old child, or should we just put a bullet in your head? And I said, I am Lucifer Star. creator of 12 races, builder of stars and suns, or stars and planets, creator, namer of America, the person who did your Constitution, the person who also said that people can't just abuse you or rape you or kill you just because you're a person. You know, like I said, there was a bunch of leaders running around, a bunch of people running around saying, well, if they're my flock, then I can treat them any way I want. And I was the one who said, no, you cannot. And I have money and people and life forms behind me. They're going to stop you from treating your people any way you want. That is not okay. That is me, Lucifer Star. Those are my rules. It's my constitution. That I said this is how my life forms will be treated. And how you can treat each other. As creator and Lord. So like I say, at some point in time I might have gotten transmitted to your brain saying rape will not be tolerated. Abuse will not be tolerated. I was very, very angry quite a few times. And I said, and I had a lot of Germans and a lot of Irishmen and a lot of people behind me. And a lot of other life forms too. I say 100 trillion years leaves a lot of room for technology and life forms. Like I said, I used to lead life forms through invention and through creation and up to fairly epic, or at least a sustainable civilization. 400 or 120 to 400 civilizations. I think they might have been different life form types, but they might have also been the same or nearly the same. I don't really know. I forget. It was a long, 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 long time ago. And I said, I'm just on vacation, you see. So, and apparently while I've been on vacation, a lot of things have been happening. Like I said, the Irish are not to blame. Germans were not to blame. Like I said, it was tracked down to basically either Oxford or Harvard. Some people said it was Harvard. I thought it was Oxford at first, but it's apparently Harvard or something like that. And basically Yale or something like that. I said, I saw a lot of things. If these things are true, then... I said, what, you were thinking you were 12 years old? You were 15 years old? You were 8 years old? Like, I don't understand what the excuse was, exactly. Like I said, I don't blame the Chinese. They were very honorable and respectful and everything else like that. And very good people. Like, was it because you were Americans? Like, where exactly did you come from? A barn? A hole in the ground? A cave, maybe. I think the cavemen might have actually been more respectful. They just called me God. You know, like I say, I mean, like I said, I was just on vacation as a child. And it's supposed to be an epic vacation, and basically a lot of me going around thinking and meeting a lot of people and saying I love you to a lot of people. And I was just spending a little vacation time, and basically I started a little company and stuff like that, and I didn't think it was going to be this great, big, huge nightmare that it was. Like, it shouldn't have been. Anyway, I don't know. Like I say, whatever. It's just unfortunate, really. Like I said, the Irish police officers, exemplary. The English police officers and detectives, exemplary. They're very good police officers in Ireland and also in, many of the countries. The only problem, I think, was tracked back to, I'm not sure. Like I say, there could have been problems in a few of the places, but I don't think so. Like I say, a lot of the English had a 1,000-year empire that went off perfectly. Like I say, and they didn't go to war. They didn't do anything that I know of. I don't think so. Like the English Empire. I was going to go right to America, but England said, no, we want you to come over here first. So I was with England or Britain for a while, or something like that. I think maybe they perceived a problem. I don't know, because I was going from one country to another country to another country, and I went over to Britain, and I did a 1,000-year empire with Britain or something like that, because they wanted me next. And then I think I went over to America. Like I say, I don't really know exactly the details.